Good morning and welcome to VSA Capital 5-Minute Morning Miner. It's Monday the 6th of June and we've all been away obviously for 4 days of celebrations for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. First 2 days were beautifully and sunny. Yesterday a little bit dodgy, but we managed to get our street party away. 280 people. Feeling a little bit rough this morning, it has to be said. But how about yourself, Paul? How was your?
Well, that's a nice size street party, that's for sure. I took part in some of the events too, and my youngest was actually in the pageant parade yesterday, so that's what we got.
Yeah, it's a nice size, except for the fact I was chairman of the street party committee, which meant I had an awful lot of work and tidying up still to be done as well. Anyway, let's turn straight on to mining. Why don't we start with Rainbow Rare Earths? There's a bit of news out there today.
Yes, they put a statement out here that they've got a chemical plant firm out of South Africa that's going to pay for the cost of doing metallurgical testing on the processing flow sheet for the recovery of rare earths from phosphate mine tails at the Phalaborwa mine site there in South Africa. So it otherwise is a very wordy statement for what could be very briefly stated, I think.
Well, there you go. But there's still, although these stocks are coming off, there's still quite a lot of buzz about some of these critical metals. Another one, I suppose, there's a little bit of news out on clean tech lithium as well, isn't there, which recently listed in London.
Yes, that is a thing there with the clean tech lithium. Let me find my place where I wrote it up here.
But it's part of the Laguna Verde drill.
Yeah, I got it there. It's a Laguna drilling program, Laguna Verde drilling program results there in Argentina. They found that the basin sediments are actually deeper and thicker than what the geophysical modeling had first suggested there. The shallower brine horizons are testing in about 200 ppm lithium grade range, and the deeper intervals up to 409 ppm. So they'll be putting out a new upgraded JORC resource there and a maiden resource on their separate Francisco Basin target in early July of this year.
Okay. Also, I think it was actually announced this on Friday, but obviously we were all busy partying. But Alphamin Resources, which is in the DRC, so not a lot of people invest in it, but it's one of the biggest tin mines in the world, isn't it? And it's very high grade. They had a bit of news out.
Yes, they did. They are a current producer of about 4% of the world's mined tin, and the Mpama North mine is, from a commercial standpoint, the highest grade commercial tin mine in the world, with an average grade around 4.5% tin. Upgrade here on resources here for the deposit on the south end of the same structural trend of Mpama, and this is Mpama South. Additional drill hole information now has increased that resource to 0.84 million tons in the 2.5% tin in the indicated category, but another 5 million tons of similar grade in the inferred category. It's still growing in size, so there's more drilling yet to come here. But the whole intent that Alphamin has on this series of tin veins in this Mpama area is to grow the current output of the mine up to 20,000 tons of metallic tin a year, which would give them about a 6.6% global market share.
Talking of tin, just a quick point on Cornish Metals. Obviously, Vision Blue, run by Sir Mick Davis, recently took a big stake there. And they've now appointed their sort of nomination to the board, Mr. Tony Trahar. So worth mentioning that on Cornish Metals. Okay, now what else you got for us, Paul? Do you want to mention Bishi maybe, because they had a trading update?
Yeah, well, Bisichi Mining, it's not one that gets press coverage very much, but they do mine coal. They are listed here in London, and they are a coal miner in South Africa. And the statement they've made is that because the coal price down there is $238 per metric ton, and they are getting some export sales from their operations down there, they are essentially tipping the market at this point that their end results, their 6-month June 30 results will be substantially ahead of the results that they got for all of last year as reported last year for 2021.
Nice positive statement. Anything else you want to mention, Paul?
Yes, it's important to say that the definitive feasibility study for the Masima gold mine that is uh, offshore New Guinea. It's an island on Masima Island, and it was previously mined by Placer Development. That has been now released by Kingston Resources in order to put that gold deposit back into production. And it's a 2.4 million ounces of gold and 5.6 million ounces of silver to be produced at about 120,000 ounces per year, all in sustaining cost Australian 1,217 per ounce. And we're looking at a pre-tax IRR around 22%. It is a mixed oxide and sulfide mineralization, open pit, so it would be a mixed, probably leach and milling sort of a circuit that they'll build for that project there.
And that one's obviously listed on the ASX. Okay, very good, Paul. I think that'll do for today. We'll speak again tomorrow.
Very good. See you then.